Well, there you go, folks. This was one of the harder builds that I've had to do within the game. I didn't have very much information about what the station looked like before we started, and the info that I've got from maps and various videos of people going in the park and things like that tended to focus more on the actual monorail on the track rather than the stations. There wasn't much in the way of images or video of the actual stations. So it's been quite difficult to put these together. Now, I know there are still some bits that I need to fill in around here. There's some buildings and things here. And obviously at this end, I haven't got any of the undergrowth there. And but I think that overall, I've done a pretty good job based on what I had to go off. And I think that it looks pretty nice, actually. I think that it's fairly representative of what you get within the zoo. I was lucky enough that the roof, even though you can't really see it on here, is quite detailed on the other one, in that the other station, which is up near the old stables, there was quite a lot of imagery on the internet of this station, and certainly of the roof, so I could get a good view of what the roof looked like. And I was able to then deduce that it was probably the same, based on what I could see on Google Maps and whatnot. So luckily, even though there was no pictures of the roof on this one, I think we've pretty much nailed it there. One of the sadder things about this particular build is that this monorail is no longer there. I made a decision a little while ago to base my zoo on early 2020, late 2019, when the monorail was just about still running. So what you've got is the monorail is in the zoo, but the new lion enclosure is there. And it's still painted dogs down here. So we're set in that sort of time period, and that's what I've decided. That's where my zoo is going to be based, around that time area. So the plan going forward will be that we will change the zoo as the zoo adapts. So when the new giraffe area comes in down here, I'm going to add it into the zoo, and hopefully what I'll do is I'll have two zoos running. So I'll have one that's based around this point, sort of late 2019, and I'll have one that's current. So as things change within the zoo, and I go to the zoo and I see the changes, then we'll add the changes into the current zoo. But the older things I will try and preserve in this particular time period. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I know it's been it's not exactly an animal enclosure, but it was just something different, and I needed to fill in this area here. But there you go. I mean, that's a pretty good representation, I think, of the monorail station as it was. If you've got any photographs, especially of the inside, because I've got a feeling that some of this signage is in red, and I'm not 100% certain what the late game or the late monorail signage said. So, for example, I'm not convinced whether it's called Tsavo Station or whether it's called Monkey Island Station, because it's had two different names, so I don't know what it was when it finished. But there you go. So there you go. That's our monorail station finished. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up for the video, and I'll be back next time. My name's Backblast. I'll catch you later.